Hey guys, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Welcome back to another card and another week. So on Friday, I wrote a blog post about finding inspiration, and I mentioned one of the places I do is in the Stampin' Up! Catalogs, which also are in, idea books. So I found this Special Reason sample in the Occasions catalog, and I decided to make a card. So instead of the embossed flagged piece, I'm actually using a piece of silver glimmer paper. I'm going to be using Night of Navy and Flirty Flamingo, Cucumber Crush, all my favorite color combos here. So I went ahead and adhered the piece of Whisper White into the inside of the Night of Navy cardstock with snail. I'm going to go ahead and use my embossing buddy on a piece of Whisper White so I can stamp and emboss this frame using silver embossing paper. Embossing powder. Have a little overstamping that you can see, but it's not going to matter much because I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to use this tiny little sentiment with Night of Navy ink into the center of our frame, and then I'm going to bring in my heat tool and heat this until it's melted. Once that's heated, I'm going to bring in my Flirty Flamingo and Cucumber Crush inks. I am going to stamp you're going to see me stamp the large flower twice. That's only because I didn't realize until the second time that this stamp is actually distressed. I was like, oh, there it is. So then I bring in the smaller flower and I stamp that twice. Then I'm going to bring in the leaf and I'm going to stamp that using Cucumber Crush onto Cucumber Crush. And then I'm going to bring in the die. So I brought in the large flower I call it a skeleton flower. Then the two other flowers, the regular leaf, and then the skeleton leaf. And I'm going to cut out the skeleton flower first. And I didn't realize this until after it cut out, that it's not going to cut out around it. It only cuts out in the middle. So you're going to have to use that outline die to cut it out completely. And I'll do that in a minute. So I'm going to cut out the skeleton leaf and both of the stamped pieces. I'm going to do 2 of each. I'm only going to do 1 large flower, but I want 2 of the smaller flowers. I apologize if there's a cricket outside, and if you can hear it, I'm really sorry. It's about to drive me crazy. It's February. Why are crickets even alive? So once I die cut everything, I use my die brush to remove the little pieces, and now I'm going to adhere things together using my liquid glue. I actually finally bought a bottle of it. So there I was just showing how everything was adhered, and this is when I decided that I want a top layer of Night of Navy. So I cut another piece that measured 4 by 5 1/4 because I'm going to be using that ribbon that I showed at the beginning. That is the silver metallic ribbon from the Celebrations catalog. So I'm going to get a piece of that and I'm going to wrap it around the card layer. I'm going to secure it in the back using Scotch tape. This is just easier for me than trying to wrap it around and tie a bow, because we know how that goes. So since I am using the glimmer paper, I'm going to need to use a stronger adhesive. So I'm going to go ahead and use the liquid glue for this. I'm going to glue the leaves together first. You can see me just kind of fooling around with the placement. I'm going to try to use a small dot of glue on the back to adhere those together, and then I'll use a bigger bit on the back. So I'm going to go ahead and get this down on the glimmer paper. Then I am going to adhere that skeleton flower to the main flower using liquid glue as well. And I'm off frame. I'm just adding little dots. And then this is going to go down using dimensionals. Dimensionals stick better than anything to glimmer paper. It's kind of strange, but it is what it is. So I'm going to slip that one little flower under, and then I can't decide where I want this one. And I finally decide on just on top of that bigger flower. So now it's time to add the frame. These are the very last of my dimensionals from that paper pumpkin kit. So isn't that so pretty? I absolutely love it. So I'm going to add 492 bazillion million dimensionals to the back of this card layer, and I'm going to add it to my card base. And then I'm going to bring in that metallic ribbon, and I'm going to tie a bow, and then I'm going to add this to the card using liquid glue. You could use a glue dot if you wanted to, but I'm pretty sure that I'm out and I need to open a new box, and I wasn't in the mood. So there's how they compare. I really, really love the silver glimmer paper, and I hope that you do too. Oh, gotta fiddle with the bow. So thanks very much for joining me, guys. Don't forget, you can head over to the blog to get the coordinating PDF tutorial that will have the supplies along with the measurements, etc. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye for now.